We are back on Arabia, and it is Hera who is recently back. Playing against MbL, another top player, one of his Aftermath teammates who is also, well, he's also back according to the title of his stream. And MbL playing as the Aztecs, so this feels to me, well, two very strong civilizations, Hindustanis and Aztecs. I'm not sure who really has the stronger one here. Maybe we'd favor the Hindustanis slightly, but it's hard to know. Hard to know. Hera, I'm not sure if he's still carrying a bit of rust from his the time he took away from the game playing League of Legends, but he's soaring up the ladder these days, and his goal is, excuse me, basically to get to number one. And I have no doubt he'll get there soon enough. MbL, however, has been like constantly tipping away at the ladder. He usually plays late at night, during the week and at the weekends, or during the week anyway. But let's see who can like get the upper hand here. I'm not sure if these guys have played each other already today. Mr. Yo is online, obviously. Binchester was online earlier, and Daniel online too. So some big games coming up. And yeah, MbL coming out 3 on wood for him. Nothing special happening here in terms of Hera. He's putting 3 on wood too, finding his turkeys, and he's going to be completely fine here. So Aztecs, right? When you're thinking about Aztecs, immediately it jumps into your head like open with archers, then go all in eagle, right? With the Hindustanis, you're thinking amazing civ to counter cavalry civs, but the Aztecs aren't in cavalry civ. Obviously, they don't get stable. So maybe we're thinking it's going to be cav archers to try and cancel out the eagles. So I think we're going to see some very neat opening play from these guys. I hope there's some early aggression. I think drush in, like men at arms or drush into archers from both players could be quite nice. Then we'll see it maybe go into skirmishers at the end of Feudal Age, and then we'll see them get their final compositions early in Castle Age, I would say, or the compositions that they want to win the game with, basically. But it could be crossbow play from both players as well. Like crossbows are just incredibly strong for both of these civilizations too, or both of these players anyway. I think Hindustanis are getting arbalest. Aztecs, I don't think they're getting arbalest, but still perfectly fine archers in Castle Age, as we see MbL's eagle running dangerously close to flying a bit too close to the sun here, you might say. No, you wouldn't say that. Only I would say that, and I'd be very stupid. Hera, anyways, going into berries now. He's confident enough here. Berries are on the front of his base though, so we're looking at his goal that's kind of forward. Berries on the front, has a nice safe back goal though, and Hera has a nice base he could kind of wall to the edge of the map if he scouts it properly. One thing that we see the pros not doing properly is, well, scouting their base more completely. There was a game, I think it was a Nikov versus, I can't remember who it was against. It was yesterday anyway, or maybe the day before, and it was Hera telling MbL to take the gold. Okay. Did he see him delete this house? Oh, he's trying to wall him in. Okay. Yeah, Nikov had like half of his base was blocked by a big wood line, and he just didn't notice it and started walling like as if it wasn't going to the edge of the map. So wasted a lot of time. Still won the game, obviously. But anyway, MbL's base is pretty good too. Seeing the chat now. MbL's base is pretty good too. Or, yeah, he's got this back gold, back berries. It's actually a way better map than Hera's. Both of these guys can wall to the edge of the map if he wants. He has safe gold at the back, kind of safe-ish stone over in the corner, so he's going to be feeling better about his situation, I would say. See a chat pop out. I was watching Hera this morning. I didn't know any of the people he was playing. Yeah. I think he was playing Zhao Hai, is a guy you see online sometimes. But yeah, depending on who's online, because there's so few players at the top that unless there's like 2 guys at the top online at the same time, they will generally get paired against people who are a bit lower, who are a bit less known. See that happen a lot, especially with MbL. Seems to play only against like 1900 players and just like memes them like he did a, what was it? A 10 TC boom with the Goths one time I saw live. It was just stupid. He was just laughing kind of evilly to himself when he was doing it. Yeah. But anyway. MbL coming out with walls here. I do see a barracks up for MbL. And the timing looks like it's going to be men-at-arms. So when you see the barracks coming up way before Feudal Age is in, it means men-at-arms. And Hera is going to scout this. Or it means they're giving themselves the option to go for men-at-arms. Because they might come across the map and say, okay, I'm not going to get any damage, so it's not worth my time to get men-at-arms in this situation. Hera, on the other hand, not going for early aggression or not going for a rush of any sort, really. Is basically watching this come, though. And he will be walled on this side, not walled up here. And he is walled down here. No, he's not. He needs to notice this and wall it in. So good play by Hera there, noticing that. As the Eagle and Militia coming forward now. MbL 15 seconds away from Feudal Age. Hera already there and he's going for archers straight off the bat. We've heard Hera say many times on his stream that men-at-arms rush is weak. Because you just go archers and it counters it completely. So we'll see if that holds true here. I wouldn't say it counters it completely, because you can already see there's damage here from MbL. Because Hera immediately took his villagers off berries, which is whatever. That was idle time, then moving them away, but it's an early food source that he's not taking. So, yeah, that's not nothing. Absolutely not essential, but it's a big deal to be taken off berries, whether you're forced off them by someone attacking you directly or just because you know it's coming. He did have forward berries, didn't wall them in time. Probably could have walled them in time, but anyway, he's going to be caught out over here. So see now if the archer can get the job done. Doesn't have a blacksmith yet, so won't have fletching to try and be able to drive these guys away a bit earlier. But yeah, archer is in though. MbL, I think, making the correct decision not to go for men-at-arms. And maybe Hera just going to try and lure these guys back to the TC, but MbL too good to for that to happen. He's going to tank some shots against this villager, but I think Hera might even have, like, baited there. Like, the villager kind of stopped for a second, is in like, oh yeah, come closer, and then yeah, is able to just take it out with the archers. So yeah, Hera will be able to clean this up, but you have to ask, like, does Hera want to be in his base with his archers defending this, or does he want to be in his opponent's base putting on pressure, right? MbL, like a drush, ideally will just buy you time. That's the job of the drush, really. If you get any damage with it besides that, then it's a bonus. MbL is adding in some eagles, though, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the armor upgrade, because then they'll actually trade pretty well against archers this early in the game. As, yeah, MbL causing problems at the back of the base here. He split his militia up a bit, and one of them goes down eventually. All these guys are weak, so doing a good job there, MbL, not just losing, well, he lost one, but sharing the damage around his units so they stay up. Eagle out on the front now. Spear goes down. The scout is able to engage now. So two areas where these guys are focusing on. Trying to micro heavily here. But the party is in Hera's base and he's not fully walled here. He's absolutely not fully walled here. Needs to prioritize that, I think. MbL, on the other hand, is fully walled. So using his drush, using the time to fully wall. He has an amazing base, actually, MbL. I haven't seen a base this good in a long time on Arabia. Gold is super safe now behind this wood line. Has another safe wood line back here. Another safe wood line up here, which can't be ranged. These can be ranged, but yeah, has safe gold back here as well. So just nuts. Okay, as a blacksmith now coming out for Hera. He will see the eagles coming forward from MbL. MbL didn't get that armor in the end. Is queuing more eagles, though. So he's just, I think, going to go straight into eagles. Not going to even think about going archers in the situation. So yeah, archers from Hera are going to come out across the field, but they're not going to get any damage straight off the bat. Because MbL is walled. MbL is completely walled and he can move. He can move his army. He can move his villagers over here to take wood. Why he didn't do that initially, I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a reason, right? We always see the pros like taking the wood that's kind of closer to their TC. I guess because it just gets the eco rolling earlier, right? If you send your villagers out here to walk all the way, your wood's income is going to be slower. Maybe that affects the time that your barracks comes up. But yeah, MbL should be fully walled here. If I'm Hera, though, I just click in. I click inside just to check, because there might be a hole here, for example. But MbL, kind of notorious for his walling. Shouldn't say notorious, he's well known for it, and he knows how to do it, so he should be okay. But I really like his walls. Sitting outside with his eagles, though, yeah, he's putting his eagles out here to try and take out any reinforcements. Splitting up Hera's army. Hera doing a great job keeping his scout alive, so good play by him. And the archers from Hera just going to patrol around in the front, so happy days. No one taking any damage straight off the bat, and it's going to be MbL who is straight up to the castle age first. Build some stone. You start off with 200 stone, right? And then basically you can't use your stone for anything until feudal age, where you can build towers if you need to, but it's like a desperation situation where you build towers, unless you're going for a tower play forward, in which case you need to move on to stone anyway. And then in Castle Age, you use your stone to build town centers, right? To expand your economy. So if someone is selling their stone to get up to Castle Age quicker, it means that they're going for like an play more with military than economy, because he can't drop those town centers straight away. So that's what we're probably going to see from MbL. He does have very safe stone, as we mentioned. Does he? No, he doesn't. We mentioned at the start that he had stone up here, which is kind of safe, but it's not inside his walls. Okay, so he's going to be going for full eagle play here. I wonder if Hera will notice that. Hera will be able to notice that if he checks his market, if he has a market, because he'll see that the price of the stone has changed, right? Which means that he'll know what MbL has done, and it will give him a clue of what he's going for. But Hera doesn't have a market, so he can't do it that way. But I think these guys are so good that they can kind of intuitively know, like, just based on the timing, whether their opponent has sold stone or not. And I think Hera, after seeing that MbL has gone for eagles, which again are costing food and gold, which is what you need to click up to Castle Age, he can assume that maybe the stone is gone. And did Hera buy some stone of his own? Is he on stone already? He's moved out to stone over here, so he's maybe wants to go for a castle. So he's maybe thinking about chakram throwers, which are like very mobile well, not anti-archer. They might be anti-archer. They're like skirmishers. Like if skirmishers were an infantry unit, basically. I haven't seen them used to very good effect here. I've never seen them used against eagles, so whether he's trying to use them against eagles here to see what happens, I don't know. Like scorpion against eagle, it's not something you immediately think of. Like normally when you're thinking of scorpion use, it's against slower moving infantry or against cavalry archer, which are a bit more frail. Anyway, Hera's vulnerable over here and he needs to get out of dodge. He's not even going to try and wall in his stone here. He's just going to wall these villagers inside the base. Meanwhile, MbL doesn't get the Eagle Warrior upgrade yet, but is getting the chainmail armor. So that's a choice, right? We might think about why he's done that. Obviously, he feels it's better to get the armor than to get that upgrade. So there you go. Maybe something to think about. I can't remember who it was in my chat, but basically when I go up to Imperial Age with Knights, it's better to get the last armor upgrade before you get Cavalier. So there you go. I always thought, oh, I have to get Cavalier, it must be better, but apparently no. Apparently not. Okay, yeah, Hera is now up to the Castle Age, so a good bit later. He's doing a good job preventing this power spike from getting damaged, but I like what MbL is doing, just attacking multiple spots at the same time. You'll see people attacking gates a lot of the time. It's not because gates are any weaker than palisade walls, it's just that there's more surface area for units to attack, so you can actually get more damage onto the gate if you attack it. And also if a villager wants to wall behind, he has to drop 2 houses. If the villager wants to repair, there's always the whatever dodgy situation which can happen when the villager accidentally opens the gate. Anyway, Hera going to drop a castle on the front, so he's not going to have enough wood to drop extra stone, sorry, to drop extra TCs anyway. As we see the eagles break in, and they're going to immediately attack the foundations, but they don't get in. Crossbow defense for Hera at the moment, and yeah, crossbows are strong against eagles. Once you get enough numbers, a bit like the relationship with knights. MbL now getting Eagle Warrior, but he's got a big number. But you have to feel that MbL is on what they call on a clock or on a timer, where the longer it goes where he's going all in Eagle production and isn't killing Hera, the more Hera might be able to pull ahead. And we actually are going to see, oh, it's not chakram throwers, it's Ghulams. Was it the Gurharas have the chakram throwers? The Ghulams, on the other hand, I assumed were anti-archer infantry, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Love Hera, but I feel he's still a bit rusty. 0-4, yeah. A little bit. Maybe a little bit. We'll have to see him in some of these tournaments. I would like to see him get into Jordan's Medieval Brawl, and then we'll actually get a proper idea of how strong he's feeling. Isn't tournament Hera yet? I agree with you on that one. Okay, so MbL just going to take this hill. Again. Well, not again. I haven't mentioned it yet. This hill is huge, actually. A big hill between the players. Getting a castle on here could be pretty crucial. Hera going out to stone here. Now, this is just random as hell. Why did he send those villagers there? I don't understand. So, anyway, and I don't know why he's made these Ghulams. 65 HP. So, a bit tankier than the eagles. I'm not sure how much more expensive they are, but yeah, getting forging now on them. So, let's see here. Let's see if this composition can get it done. Right now, Hera is microing his Ghulams behind, as if he's doesn't want them to engage the eagles, but then why make them? That's kind of my question there. Maybe he wants these guys to snipe monks or something. No, it doesn't make sense to me. There's a monk out on the field for MbL, but like going for monks in this situation doesn't really make sense. Monks are better for, well, maybe he just wants to get the relics, but monks are better against knights rather than archers. But anyway, Aztecs have their bonuses with the monks, so something to go for anyway. Hera has added a second TC back here on the gold and the wood. MbL adding his second TC on the wood and the gold here as well in the front of his base. So nice play by him. He has a safe gold back here, so he'll be on 2 piles of gold. Obviously, the Eagles is super gold intensive composition, and he's just spamming them out of 3. So we see an engagement finally. Not sure how the Ghulams are going to do here. I think this is MbL's. I think he's going to take this with the second armor. It's fine. Ghulams, like, how are these guys trading? It's impossible to tell here. Trying to select all of them. 7 versus, well, Eagles, I think we're doing okay there, even with archers firing. So Eagles seem to be better than the Ghulams. And now, yeah, I think there's enough Eagles here for... Probably could have engaged there and tried to take out this big ball, but yeah. There's other Eagles on the field for MbL. Maybe wants to get them involved. I don't like where he has these guys queuing, to be honest. I think these should all be, whatever, queuing up on top of this hill. Maybe he brings his monk forward to get some healing done, but yeah. He's really focusing on his build orders, trying the new civs. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, as MbL, yeah, gonna group up all of his Eagles together, and maybe wants to get a monk to heal those up before he engages again. Hera going for more Ghulams here, so yeah, maybe he's just testing to see how they work against Eagles. I think the evidence so far suggests that they don't. Needs to get more crossbowmen on the field. Okay, they weren't upgraded. I mean, they didn't have the chainmail armor. So maybe that's going to come into play. I would really like just to see a straight fight in this situation, but I don't think the Ghulams are good here, honestly. But let's see. Let's see. Hera now heavy on stone again, 8 on stone. So maybe thinking about more TCs, maybe thinking about another... He has gone for a 3rd TC out here. Maybe thinking about another castle, maybe on this hill, which would be amazing. Really lock down the map for him. As we see MbL going for a TC out on the stone. So he's going to go for a castle of his own. I guess that's just going to be for defense. I don't think it's going to be to get Jaguar Warriors out on the field. I think Jaguar Warriors would be a mistake here. Okay, all these Eagles being healed up. There's monks behind. I think if you're MbL, you just engage. Okay, he's just going to run back. No ballistics in yet for Hera, so he's going to be missing some more shots. And yeah, MbL maybe going to move around here as my nose starts running. Because it's just that time of the stream. 20 minutes in? Yeah, 20 minutes is nose starts running time on this stream. I don't know why. I was sneezing a lot earlier. I think it's they're cutting the grass and it's a bit, I don't know, allergy thing. Okay, so MbL keeping his main army up here, but has a kind of minor force down here that maybe he wants to try and trick Hera into thinking that his army's here when it's actually up here. But he's not doing anything up here. Maybe he wants to catch the archers out by themselves. But yeah, Hera is taking some of the golds. It's spring, yeah. But I've never really had the problem before, so I don't know, maybe. my sister like randomly developed allergies when she was, yeah, around my age. Don't know if that's a thing that happens. Anyway, the Ghulam's engaging against the Eagles, actually tanking a lot of shots here. So let's see. Let's see how this goes on, what happens here. Eagle's gonna run in and attack the villagers here. So Hera losing villagers, but maybe gonna lose all his Eagles here. This could be GG. Okay, Ghulam's doing fantastically here. I think they actually have some range on their shots, which might actually make them do very well in big numbers against the Eagles. Hera losing all of his crossbows, but has the Ghulams now, so has to be feeling fine here. And he can't go into archers against the Ghulams, really, can he? Because these have so much pierce armor, it's just nuts. 3 base pierce armor is huge, and then +2 on top. You can't go for archers there, so yeah, this is Hera's game. This is Hera's game. This castle will eventually go up. Even after losing those few villagers underneath there, he still has what? Still has a 12 villager lead and has more production. So yeah, MbL way behind. Has to think of something else. I think it's the range on these guys that's really helping, but I could be wrong. But that's huge. It's pretty huge. So Ghulams are anti-eagle. And it just makes me wonder, do Aztecs have an answer for Hindustanis, like, period? Is there anything they can really go for? Because the Ghulams feel to me that they would counter archers. They would counter... we know they counter the Eagles now once they have the upgrades. I assume they counter siege pretty okay. Monks are not going to be so effective. I don't know. Yeah, siege, but it just feels like these guys are too fast. But maybe, like... proper microed siege. Like MbL has the best mangonel micro in the game. So maybe siege. Maybe siege. But yeah, this feels strong. This feels like a composition or a hard counter. A really hard counter. So great play by Hera for identifying that. And maybe we're going to see more of this in the future. Hindustani's picked. I think we're going to see Hindustani's either picked or banned a lot in the upcoming tournaments. They're just ridiculously strong. Ridiculously strong. Okay, as the Ghulam's doing work on the Eagles, able to chase them down as well. Which one is faster? 1.26 speed. 1.26, so they're equally as fast as Eagles, so nuts. Do they have bonus, says MbL? I think we'd all like to know this. Hera says no. It passed through damage, right? That's it. It's because of the pass-through damage. They have range. They're a bit like the Kameyuks then. What does that mean? Your chat will explain. It hits units that are behind. There you go. Okay. Maybe Scorpions then. So like Scorpions with Eagles. GG. I had no idea. Oh, and they have +2 versus Eagles. LMAO. GG. Okay, there you go. Heard it here first. We learned some things. The Ghulams are just broken apparently against the Aztecs. Yeah, there's nothing Aztecs can do. Like Scorpions behind the Eagles maybe, but once the Ghulams come down and I mean, you just have to kill them early if that's the situation. Maybe this is the new anti-Aztec units. That's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Style points go to Hera for use of the Ghulams. Don't forget to like.